Hey guys, Ash here, coming at you today, Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video. Phantom Shogun's Grove is live inside the game. I was able to beat stage 25. Have you guys tried it yet? If so, let me know your thoughts. Initially, I thought probably what everybody thought initially, except for like day one players. Wow, this isn't bad at all. Yeah, Plarium. And then I got to stage, I don't know, around 15 or so, and it wasn't a cakewalk anymore, right? So I was able to clear stage 25. And again, the good news is full auto, 100% so far. I've only done, a handful of runs, but it hasn't been close. It's been a fairly easy run. That's the good news. And I have 3 epics on the team too, only 2 legendaries, and one of them is Mithrala Lifebane. The bad news is I am overall disappointed with this dungeon. I hate to be negative because, honestly, overall, I'm excited about the future of Raid, right? I know I'm probably the only one, but I am. And I love this update simply for the champion filter screen. Now I can search for, well, Mithrala, and there she is. Wow. No longer do I have to search for champions, guys. I really enjoy the quality of life stuff. There's a lot more they need to do. Artifact removal cost. I'd really love to see them do something about that. And just increase the overall artifact collection. Plarium, I know you're watching. Give us some more artifact storage, please, at the very least, right? I'm no coder. I'm no programmer. But can't you just change the one parameter from 700 to 900 or 2000? Anyway, guys, I digress. Overall, I'm a fan of the update. And again, I was able to clear the dungeon. I want to give a quick disclaimer. I'm going to show you the team. I'm going to show you all the builds and stuff like that. I'm going to give my thoughts and why I'm disappointed, right? But the disclaimer is this is day 1, okay? I have not watched any other YouTube videos. This is the first day that I played Phantom Shogun's Grove myself. So I want to be very, very clear here in saying that strategy could and will evolve. Smarter minds than yours truly will get their hands on this dungeon, and hopefully there is an easier or more viable way to complete it for the majority of players, and that will make more sense in just a moment. So again, huge disclaimer. These are my first thoughts on the dungeon here. They are subject to change. I think it would be irresponsible of me to talk about the dungeon, complain about the dungeon without saying that first. All right, so here's the team that I use, guys. Cardial, Mithrala, Mausoleum Mage, Thylesia, and Geomancer. Geomancer, surprise, surprise, is a stud in yet another dungeon in the game. So you may have noticed one thing right out the gate here, guys. 2 things. Number 1 is pretty much all these champions are replaceable. Even Geo, if you wanted to slow burn, right? So that's the good news. It's like there's not one champion on this team that is absolutely irreplaceable, I would say. Cardial's great because he has a cleanse and he has an ally attack, which is nice. Mithrala is great because, again, she has the cleanse as well, and she's a beast, right? Hex, you name it. We have Mausoleum Mage, who does bring the decreased speed on his A1, but we don't use it. The bad news about stage 25, and you need around 500 or so accuracy. 550, I found, to consistently land your debuffs. So I don't have Mausoleum Mage with that much accuracy. Now, if you look at the team setup here, guys, you might be shocked to see I'm not even using any of Mausoleum Mage's skills. He's only on the team for one reason. I didn't touch any of his kit either. Thylesia is only really on the team for one reason too. I am using her skills here, but 539 accuracy. Geomancer, you can see 220, 570 accuracy. Mithrala, I do have super fast. Doesn't need to be fast. I had her fast for experimenting with a dungeon or an arena team, but again, you don't need her fast at all. And then Cardial, I do have fast as well for a Fire Knight team. But again, the good news is using this strategy, there's no like speeds that you need to reach here. You need the accuracy though on Geo to do your damage. So I'm going to show you the run. But you may have noticed already, right? If you're a savvy viewer, you've noticed that this team all has, for the most part, 5 or 6 star blessings. Yeah, let's talk about this right here. The shade. Oof, it's shady is what it is. Sorry for the dad puns, but the shade counter is activated at the start of the battle. Whenever an enemy lands a weak hit, increase the shade counter by 8. Whenever the enemy, Akumori, lands a critical hit, increases the shade by 5. Whenever an enfeebled debuff is removed or transferred from an enemy, or when its duration are fully decreased by an enemy champion, increases the shade counter by 2. Increases the crit rate and crit damage for every shade counter stack by 1 and 2% respectively. Whenever a shade counter reaches 10, it will not receive damage from poisons. Whenever shade counter reaches 20, will not receive damage from HP burn or smite debuffs. Whenever the shade counter reaches 30, he will not receive damage from skills or masteries that scale based on max HP. If the shield counter reaches 40, all the attacks ignore 100% of the target's defense. Whenever the awakened champion uses, oh, there it is. And you can see where I'm going, man. It's really lousy, man. Whenever an awakened champion uses a skill against Akumori, decreases the shade counter. The shade counter is decreased according to the awakening level on the champion. 1 stack for level 1, 2 stacks for level 2, 3 stacks for level 3, 4 stacks for level 4, 5 stacks for level 5, and 6 stacks for level 6. The maximum numbers of attacks on the shade counter is 10 on state. Well, you guys can see the rest, how it scales. Well, you can see, guys, well, wouldn't you know it, we have a team of all 5 and 6 stars. I think Mithril is a 3. But for the most part, all 5 or 6 star awakenings. And wouldn't you know, all of a sudden, the most difficult boss in the game becomes really freaking easy because I paid a lot of money to get a lot of stupid soulstones to open up, right? And the problem is, in case you missed my last soulstone opening video, guys, you might want to check it out, seriously. Because I think it's the largest opening still on YouTube. I might be wrong, but I think it's the largest one out there. I opened so many soulstones. I didn't get 1 6-star. I don't think. I certainly didn't get a 6-star legendary, that's for sure. Maybe 1 6-star champion. But that was like, I even cringe saying this, that was like $700 worth of soulstones opening that I'd saved up. And it's just ridiculous. So what do you know, guys? What do you know? It's not too bad of a dungeon. It's a kind of an easy strategy here. Just put a couple cleansers in, right? And then you can get your hands on level 25. You can clear it, no big deal. You can see right here, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Not too bad considering I put relatively little thought into this team, frankly, guys. I threw Geomancer in there. I threw a couple cleansers. And then I threw Mausoleum Mage because he's 6-star. Thylesia because she's 5-star. Mausoleum Mage is not even using his abilities. You know, he could probably use his A3 to get that cleanse in there and the heal too. But it's not necessary, as you guys can see. As I told you, I've ran it, you know, I don't know, upwards of 10 times. We haven't lost yet. But it's a 5-star, a 5-star, a 6-star, a 5-star, and a 3-star in Cardial. That's what keeps that thing down, the shroud, or whatever the heck it is. And that's my strategy. There you go, guys. Now listen, I will show you, we'll tell you that along the way, like all the champions that I highlighted, they're pretty good anyway. You know, like I like Thylesia. I like Mausoleum Mage. He's got the cleanse, got the, you know, he's got a good kit. You build him enough accuracy, you can land that decreased speed on the A1. Other champions that I used a lot on the way were Tomb Lord. I love Tomb Lord, man. I think that he's one of the better PvE champions out there. He's on my main Fire Knight team as well. So I used a lot of Tomb Lord. Then I kind of realized that you don't need, I used Acrizia, right? I wasn't going to show you guys an Acrizia team. I don't want you guys to hate me that much. But it's just a bummer, man, because when you think about it here, you know, I'm not trying to pander or anything like that. But like, so this is the only way to now obviously ascend our artifacts. I can upgrade my banner. I'll ascend it. Let's see what I get here. And we get some attack. Cool, whatever, right? But yeah, sure, everybody's going to be able to farm enough to get a 2-star ascension. But then after that, it's just going to be a whale fest. I think I want to kind of harken back to the disclaimer, though. Potentially, there's going to be a viable strategy out there where we don't need this. I just haven't come up with it yet. So that's why overall, sure, I cleared it all and stuff. And again, good news is there's 3 epics on the team, guys. And Cardial's replaceable. Bad news is it's really just let me just go on a quick rant again. I like the boss, looks awesome. The mechanics are cool, except for that, man. Like, it's basically, might as well put, you know, we'll make this easier based on how much money you've spent in the game. They might as well just say that. And there's a $sign that just, you know, because that's what it feels like. Because nothing in this game, no currency in this game is as ridiculously overpriced and just out of whack as the Soul Stones. It's so true. I hate to say it, man, but it's so true, guys. I always complain about this. I'm a broken record. But man, legendary, I mean, look, From an Eternal Soulstone, which they charge what, like $50 or $60 for each, right? You get a 20% for a legendary. You only have a 20% chance at a 6-star. So again, 80% chance, and then the odds are it's going to be a 6-star epic, you know, or excuse me, a 5-star epic. It really sucks. And then you go to Immortal. In Immortal, you get a 0.5% chance to get a legendary, or 6% chance to get a legendary, 0.5 to get your hands on a 6-star legendary, man. I mean, what are the odds? Someone smarter than me do that math. It's not good. It's not good. It really sucks because it's hard enough to get your hands on this crap anyway. One easy solution, two easy solutions, right? Honestly. Institute a 6-star blessing mercy. A. B. Increase these odds on the wish list from 2 times to 10 times, right? C. I don't think they're going to go in there and reduce the price anymore, but reduce the price a little bit. But most importantly, guys, most importantly, and I know Cirilla, I feel like I fear this will fall on deaf ears, because I know Cirilla said it in the Scratch interview that they have no plans on doing this. But most importantly, if they're going to make this game, especially the late game, this much tied to Awakening, with the caveat that it's only day 1, give way better rewards for this stupid dungeon that everybody hates, Iron Twins Fortress, you know what I'm saying? Get in there and get some really juicy ones, right? I mean, make these soul essences, forget coins. Make the soul stones just random drops, just like ancient shards are in every dungeon. Make them random rare drops, you know, give us way more ways. The economy is awful right now when it comes to soul stones, man. Hydra Clan Boss, that's our #1 way, even though there's the dungeon dedicated to this. Come on. I will say one other thing. Another champion that I used quite a bit on my way there was Inquisitor Shamil. He's really dang good for the Phantom's Grove. So check that out. Check him out. He deals a lot of damage, all those counterattacks. Pretty cool champion, right, to use. So there's a lot. I think that overall, just to put a bow on it, I think that hey, if you get a lot of 6 stars, try them out, right? If you got a few 5, 6-star awakenings, even if the champion doesn't seem like a perfect fit, give it a shot, right? Maybe you'll do well there. If you have OP pay-to-win Acrisias up the wazoo, go ahead and do that instead. Otherwise, guys, I want to hear from you guys. Have you thought of... I want to give one more big one. I should have mentioned this at the top of the video. I did run a lot of Ruark, Green Warden Ruark, because he has the taunt on the Call of the Wild, right? It's a 2-turn taunt on a 4-turn cooldown. I didn't open up with it, but I used it the 2nd turn, right? Opened up with the A1. And I did really well with that, right? Only problem is I don't have him awakened. I couldn't clear 25 with Ruark. I got all the way to 24 with a non-awakened Ruark. Actually, I think he's 1-star awakening. I lied. But it wasn't enough, right? It wasn't enough at the end. I needed everybody to be awakened. And then there's Duden, right? Duden also has a taunt for 1 turn on a 3-turn, okay? So I will say that taunt fared really well in the new dungeon. So if you have Duden, give him a try, especially if you have an awakened Duden. Moreover, put Duden on your wish list if you have him for soul stones, and maybe you can hit, you know, the 6-star jackpot and also have a champion with taunt. Oh, editing this in real quick, guys, before I let you go, I said I was going to show you the builds really quickly on these champions. Not super important. I don't have any, like, essential artifact set on any of them, but again, triple speed on Mithrala. Obviously, with that speed, have Eagle Eye as well. Cardi, you can see his masteries there. You can see his triple speed as well. We have Mausoleum Mage. He's in a shield set of all things, Seer activation team. So nothing too crazy here. Here are his masteries. And then, again, Thylesia, kind of the same thing. They're her masteries, triple perception to get that accuracy high enough, and then Geomancer in Reflex. I forgot, I don't even think I shut off the A2 there. Normally I do with a Reflex set, but it's nice to pump out more of those A3s. So there you have it, guys. Here's his masteries as well. Obviously, Eagle Eye to get that accuracy number up as high as possible. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.